Good morning, Facebook Live and Joslyn fans. I am Rebecca, the program director here at the Joslyn Center, and I think this is episode 84 of the Joslyn Variety Show. So welcome. We're so glad you're here. It is Terrific Tuesday, which is the day that we usually do some arts and crafts or a recipe, something to inspire you to make over the weekend. So we are going to do a really fantastic craft today that I think you guys are going to be very impressed with. But first, we will start with our usual morning warm-up with some stretches and some light exercises. The most important thing, don't forget, we have Bling and Bingo this afternoon at 2 o'clock here on Facebook Live. And if you need a bingo card or if you haven't played before and you have some questions about it, let me know because I would be more than happy to get you started. The more the merrier. Bring your friends, bring your parents, bring your kids. Let everybody know that we have free bingo here on Facebook at 2 o'clock, and we play for real prizes. In fact, today we are playing for some prizes from our friends over at Nothing Bundt Cakes. So if you love a sweet treat, you definitely don't want to miss today. So let's get ready for our exercises, and then we will do our craft, and then I will see you guys after.
All right, thank you, Rebecca. Well, there's nothing like free bingo. How often do you hear that? Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay, we're going to start with some marching just to loosen up a little bit. And then we're going to do some neck stretches. So let's just get our blood flowing and our focus into just the simple process that we're working on right now. And that's getting our body moving, getting our blood flowing, maybe raising our heart rate just a little bit, and maybe increasing our breathing. Okay, again. You're tapping your heels forward, so you've got to bend that opposite knee just a little bit to reach the other leg forward. Okay? It's a good, easy move. You have to be mindful. You have to listen to your knees. If you lean, or if you tap a little bit too far forward, the other knee might say, hey, that's a little too far forward. Okay, let's tap side to side. Just reach out with your feet, side to side. You can swing your arms. Keep your arms under your hips if you want to. Okay, that's good. All right, let's rotate our shoulders. And we'll do some stretches for our neck. We usually do 2. Today we're going to do 3 stretches. Okay, so your feet are hip width apart. Always have a little bend in your knees for a strong foundation. I'm going to squeeze your abdominals for your stability. Okay. Now, with our necks, let do 4. Let your chin drop to your chest, and that's it. Just let your chin drop to your chest. Try to keep your shoulders where they are. Just your head is coming down forward. You can bring your hands onto your head, no pulling, just the weight of your hands, especially 2 hands. That adds a little bit of extra pull there, but it's still safe. We're not overdoing it. Okay, now I'm going to look up, and now let your head tilt to one side. Again, you can place your hand on your head. You just place it there. No pulling. Keep it safe. Good stretch, just straight down the side. Down your neck, onto your shoulders. Okay. Now this is the stretch in between. So now put your hand back up, and you're going to look halfway between your frontal view and your side view, and now you're going to look down toward the 45-degree angle. So this is a stretch that we haven't done before, and it's a nice stretch right in between the 2. Okay, and bring that head back up. And now still looking in that direction, go all the way and look all the way to the side. So we went forward, we went 45 degrees, and now we're looking directly to the right or your left, whichever direction you're looking, at a 90 degree. Okay, so head back in front. We'll start, just drop your chin down. If you want to plant your hands up there, that's going to add a little bit more of a stretch. Bring your head up, and now you want to look 45 degrees to set an angle, and now drop your head there. chin to your chest almost, just in that direction, not literally on your chest. Keep breathing, make sure you're breathing in, inhale, exhale. You're always relaxing into the stretch. And then bring your head up. And now look all the way into the other side. Keep breathing, inhale, exhale. Okay, let's finish by doing some shoulder rotation. So this is really important because, again, tension and maybe lack of sleep, a lot of things just creep up and they reside in your shoulders, and then it can cause a tension, discomfort up there. So we always want to just loosen up, do ourselves that favor. Okay, I think we're ready to do some arts and crafts.
Thank you, Veronica. Veronica is our programming powerhouse today.
Okay, thank you, Judy. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm actually going to bring it in front of the chair here so I can sit down. I think it'd be a better view with the camera. Ellen, who I don't think you've seen on camera yet, had discovered a really creative idea in the Wall Street Journal last Sunday, and it was to make your own beads at home. And I'm a big fan of look around at home and see what you've got. Don't run off to the store to buy anything special, because chances are pretty good that you've already got all the supplies that you need. And those little things that you swore one day you'd need, well, chances are you might need them now. Okay, so what we've done is we have created beads. Now the idea is to use paper. And I looked at paper, and then I just happened to notice that I had a photograph that I liked the colors of, but I wouldn't mind cutting up. And the photograph is a little thicker than, certainly thicker than newspaper. That might be a little too flimsy. The tidbits are good to use because it's a little bit heavier, or you might have a flyer that has a little bit more weight to it as well. So I like the photograph because, again, I like the color in it. And I'll show you what shape I cut out and rolled up to create this bead. So you can see it is truly a bead. And it is, it's photographic paper, so I'll just call it paper. It's paper that's been rolled up, and when I'm done rolling it, the very end is the fine point of a triangle here, and I'll show you the shape that I cut out. So it did several of those, and this is the result that I came away with. So I made a little bracelet, and I wanted to make it an adjustable bracelet, which it is. So I'll show you how to make the beads, and then I'll come back to this and show you how I finished that. So you can see, you can make a pattern if you want. I'd say don't. You can make a pattern if you want.
I made samples for you.
Oh, you made samples. Oh, Judy provided some samples here. Okay. So these are, I'm going to show you the negative space. You can just cut out this shape here. So Judy did do that here. So they're extended triangles, and here's a straight rectangle that's going to make just a straight bead. This is going to make a bead where this point's going to taper all the way and be on top of the bead. So you can see all the different colors in there as you roll it up. And this is another one just a little bit thinner. You can use different tools to roll your paper around. I looked at the pen, I thought, well, that's thicker than I personally want to use, but you can use that as long as it's not tapered in any way. So it's a straight cylinder. You can use the inside of the pen as another cylinder to wrap around. You can also use a little screwdriver, which is not much different in size, that just a tiny bit thicker, and it's firm, so it won't bend when you're wrapping around. So what you do is you take your paper and you're going to roll. Now, if you're using photo paper or something that's a little bit thicker, this is what I did. I rolled it all the way up, You just roll, roll, roll. Keep rolling. Try to keep, oh, I'm a little off center. Excuse me, let me start over. Okay, so I'm rolling that towards me. And as I'm rolling, I'm trying to make sure that as it tapers up, see the, on either side, you can see the paper. Trying to keep that centered. And while you are actually doing this, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So let me just speed up and I'll get to the end. It's a long triangle. There we go. Almost to the end here, almost to the end. Wrapping it up. These are handmade. You're not making anything by machine. So if you don't stress yourself out by trying to make it 110% perfect, because that's not even real anyway. Okay, so there's your center. You try to keep a center there. And a little to the right, that's perfectly fine. And you can see the colors that were in the paper on either side. So every one that you make will be slightly different. Every one will be unique. Okay, now how do we glue it down? This is the way that I chose to do it. I'm gonna take that off, I'm gonna start over. So that was a rolling process. And then what I found to work well is I always have a paper or something you can do your gluing on top of. Glue stick. If you don't have a glue stick, you could just use a little bit of glue. I'm just gonna take 1 or 2 swipes of glue right over that paper that I'm gonna roll up. The glue is gonna be sticky, it's gonna get on your fingers a little bit. Don't worry about it, you can just wipe your fingers off. And now I'm gonna roll this sticky little paper just as best as I can, as best as I can. So we're gluing it on the way up here. So the glue's on the inside and everything you're rolling onto is getting the glue. It's getting glued in place. There we go. Now with the photo paper, because it was a little bit thicker, I stopped every once in a while and added a little bit more glue. But I did pre-roll these because it's a thicker paper, so you want to get that curve already in there. And now I'm just gonna wrap it all the way to the end and then just glue it down, just like that. Okay, so I can take it off and transfer it to somewhere to dry. I'm just gonna do one because I want to do multiples. So I can just take this off and then put it somewhere. I'll just need another one of these so I can put it somewhere. It's what I did actually at home. I just let it hang there. And I had other tools of the same diameter that I rolled around, and it sort of hung them out to dry, so to speak. So that glue will dry. And that's a finished bead. If you wanted to, you can, because again, going back to the photo paper, because it was a little bit thicker, what I did was some of the ends wanted to pop up just because it's a thicker paper. And so I took a little piece of masking tape. I'm gonna put that to the side. These are all things that are just in your junk drawer. Okay, so what I did, I took a little piece of masking tape and I just very lightly put it on the tip so that when it was hanging out drying, I knew that that point was all the way down. And then it doesn't take long to dry, so then you just take it off, of course, in the direction that it's rolled. Okay? So you can do this many times. Let's do another one. I want to see what this looks like rolled up. So I'm going to put the color on the outside so I can see it. I'm just going to put a little glue on there. All the ones that I did are tapered, like this one that we did. So I want to see what this one looks like, just doing a straight. Oh, that's right, okay. So I put the glue on the other side. I put the glue on the side that I'm rolling in, but since I wanted the color, see if I can still change it. Let me just change my, I'm gonna put the glue on the side that I actually want to see when it's all done being rolled up, and let's see what we can do. It's gonna be a little sticky because it's on that side. Let's try another one. I like that blue that you got there, so I just have to try this. So I don't have a pattern. You can use a pattern if you want, or you can just do your best to cut out a straight shape. I'll make it a little bit bigger. That's a little bit bigger. And if you really want it to be, you know, a perfect rectangle, then go ahead and make a pattern. But it's really just meant to be, it's a unique piece once you're all done. So let's revisit this. So I want to put the glue on the inside. Okay, we're going to put the glue on the side that you want to see on the outside when you're done rolling it. Get that glue on the outside, so it's gluing on the color part. The color part's going to be what I see when I'm done. I'm going to take that and I'm just going to roll it up. So this is going to be a bead that is whatever color is going to end up at the end. This is going to be all about color. Whoop. It is sticky because the glue gets on your fingers, but you just work through it. There we go. There we go. Roll it around. So this could be a bead maybe on a necklace or a bracelet by somebody who loves to read tidbits, because everybody loves to read tidbits, right? So there's lots of color in here, so once you're done reading it, here's something else to do with it. And we'll just let that dry. Now when you have several beads, you're ready to make either a bracelet or a necklace or whatever you want to make. You make a keychain, something. I wanted to make a bracelet, and I happened to have a little piece of a shoelace, and it turned out that it was a perfect size to string through the beads. So I had the end on one that had the little plastic, so I could put it through the beads. I put the beads on. I made a knot to keep the beads from coming off. Okay, and then I had the loose ends. So how was I going to make a what do you call that?
Square knot.
No, the latch, whatever. I needed to have something, but I knew I wanted to make an adjustable bracelet so I can put it on, take it off. So I went to our friend Google and I said, how do you make an adjustable bracelet? And lots of responses. And so I'm sure we've all had these, or you've seen them. A lot of times you see them with beads, but they are fully adjustable. So you can make what I did, a couple square knots. So you cross it over, and then you hold it together. You could just wrap a string around, tie it in a knot. It doesn't have to be a square knot or any other fancy knot. You're just going to tie it on there so it's firm enough to hold them together, but you can still move the shoelace through. Then you cut off the string, excess, and you just put a little drop of glue, just drop, just to hold the ends in there. Then once that's done, you have an adjustable bracelet. Now I did put knots on the end so that when I pull it out to its greatest diameter there, it's still locked in by those knots, so it's not going to pop open. Okay, and I can put it on myself. I just put it over my hand. I can hold the knot down and just adjust it myself so I make it tighter. If I want to take it off, I just pull it, and it's that simple. It might look complicated, but it's really not. So I hope that you'll try this. It was a lot of fun. I've never done something like this, and Ellen comes across a lot of creative ideas that we end up showing on here. So that was fun. It was a fun project, and it was a nice result.
Thank you so much, Veronica. Let me show you guys a little bit up close what this looks like, because the colors of the paper that she used are beautiful. There we go. So it's just a little, and because the beads are paper, it's very lightweight and it won't weigh down your wrist or be annoying or heavy or clunky or anything, which is really nice. Thank you, Veronica.
I would just make one recommendation: don't wear it in the pool.
Don't wear it in the pool. Good tip.
It's paper.
All right, well, that is a terrific Tuesday for you. So that means that the next thing happening today is bingo. So join us at 2 o'clock for our bowling and bingo with me and Paul. And then we'll see you back here on the Variety Show tomorrow for Brain Health with Susan. Have a great day, everyone.